Do you think you could ever be close with your partner's ex?
No!
That was clear. Orlando Bloom's fiance, that would be the one and only Katy Perry, and his ex-wife, that would be Miranda Kerr, apparently they've got a really tight bond. Look at them. There they are together. In fact, Katy recently said that Miranda is like a sister to her, and she's grateful for their modern blended family. All right, Naomi, I mean, it's not the norm we see every day. What do you make of this story?
Honestly, I'm all for it. Like, I think it's just showing that our generation really is open to healing and just creating new pathways, like especially thinking about the kids, right? And like how healing this is for them. And so I'm all for it.
Do you think it's partially, Do you think it's partially because a lot of children of divorce were traumatized by the way in which their parents dealt with it? And so the next generation coming up is like, I'm not gonna do that. So they're going, do you think that's part of the reason why?
Yeah, I think so. And it's also, I think, in light of the whole like feminism, like women supporting women. Like we should not be enemies with each other. We should be friends. We should talk about our emotions and heal from the trauma of our past, so yeah.
Yeah, I love this. I think it's wonderful. I don't often look to the Hollywood celebs for any kind of marriage advice or how to be. They tend to screw it up pretty good all the time. I guess maybe everybody screws it up. But in this case, what I love about it is even though you never see it often in real life where someone's like, I love her so much, she's like a sister, which feels a little extra, Katy. But if you just kind of step back, I love what you said about the kids, because it's not even about healing. It's about preventing trauma for them in the first place. And I think that is so powerful. They just save so much money on therapy and they don't even know it because they're so young.
Yeah.
And I think that is powerful. But I also think for women, you're onto something there because, you know, I've been doing so much research into this world of, you know, how our thoughts are so powerful, mind over matter, and how the way you think and are in the world has a physiological, biological reaction. So if you're walking around the world with a lot of hate on and a lot of negativity, it's not just here. It's gonna manifest itself in your body, which means you could be actually unhealthy because you hate somebody. And that really starts to, you know, I have a daughter and she's almost 9 and she's having conflicts now with her friends in school. And I said, you know, what's more important is not the situation, it's your attitude about the situation, because that you can actually control. So I love that they're doing this because I think for their own health and well-being, they're gonna actually be healthier mentally and physically.
For sure. Although we did spend like a large portion of last week talking about Shakira and what's his name? Gerard.
Oh, Gerard. Oh, that's different. That's revenge. And that feels good.
Okay.
That feels good.
I feel like I was the lone wolf saying like, this is not great. They have kids together. She's of course written an album where she's calling him out and whatever. And I think again, these are extremes. Like her reaction's extreme. I don't think it's great for the kids. But this
you mean Shakira?
For Shakira.
Oh, yeah, Shakira. Okay.
But in this case, it's another extreme. And I think that if I'm gonna lean one way, it's gonna be in this direction. I've personally, this past Christmas, my sister, her ex-husband, and his ex-wife all had Christmas dinner at my parents' place, including their child that was, so again, her ex-husband was married before, they had a child together, my sister was sort of the step-parent for a while, and then my sister's ex and her had a child together. So all of the kids also were all together, and I think that you're setting out, what you're saying is, even if we've had problems, and let me be honest, when they first broke up, in both cases, it wasn't like, oh, okay, no problem, everything's fine. No, they went through a really rough time. They had a lot of arguments, there was a lot of pain, but they did their own work. They thought about themselves, they recognized that usually when a marriage blows up, it's not just because of one person, contrary to what we like to think. Usually there's two people who entered into that and made mistakes and whatever. And so now I think that what it's showing to kids is that like we can get past this, even if it's only like twice a year. We're not gonna make it-
That's so lovely, what a lovely story. I love that. I love that.
I think that's the ideal. I mean, if there's a spectrum, obviously the negativity and the all-out war is not great. And then you've got Katy and Miranda and your family situation, which is lovely. But I mean, we can live in the middle with indifference, can't we? Like, is that okay? Just, I don't hate my ex's ex or my ex's current. I don't love my ex's current, but I'm indifferent and we can be civil. Like, I just don't want to set up this expectation too, where Hollywood, yes, we can get out of hand and go like, oh, the Hollywood people are doing this, so this is the way it has to be, and the conscious uncoupling or whatever. Like, you know, if you are in the situation where you're dealing with a divorce or a separation and you're trying to find out what the best, it's gonna be okay. Your kids are gonna be okay if you just maintain a civil, kind of indifferent relationship with the other. You don't have to, like, you know, have sleepovers with the new wife. That's okay, and your kids will be fine. Like, you know, I don't want to set up this expectation where the kids are going to be traumatized if you aren't BFF and having holidays with the new people all the time. Like, indifference is wonderful sometimes. Be indifferent. That is also a goal. Thank you very much.
Hey there, wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.